Hello, in this video we're going to look at a summary or a breakdown of what information Bashar shared with us in his February 2022 session, which is called Matters of the Heart. The name itself is a huge play on words, which is shown throughout the whole session as Bashar shares the information about the ideas that he's giving us. If you don't know who Bashar is, you can check out the short description that we have in the KeyPracticalBuild.com website, or visit his website, which link as well as the one for the session you can find down below in the description of the video. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe so that you can keep an eye out for the new videos and receive notifications for when they are being uploaded. Just by the name of the session, you can guess that it is related to the heart and its functions. And Bashar immediately starts with the comparison of how we have molten metal underneath our earth, which circulates and is the reason where the electromagnetic fields of the earth come from. And he makes the analogy at the very beginning that it is the same type of circulatory system like it is with our heart. And respectfully, since a huge amount of iron is stored in our heart, when it beats, it actually creates those impulses that emit our own personal individual electromagnetic field. The whole session is focused around that emission of that field, what it means, what it is, what is its functionality, and how it helps us create and experience more connections with different types of beings, not just between us ourselves as humans, as animals, but with all that is. In short, when Bashar talks about how the heart impulses spread out throughout the world, it sounds very global, how it affects the planet, meaning that the theme that's coming into focus is that the emissions are so all over that it doesn't really matter in what sort of space we are in or what space we have between ourselves. Like, for example, if there are two people, one is 3 meters away from us and the other is 7 meters away, it would be a different experience for both. There was no talk about the space between us whatsoever. Instead, Bashar directly tells us that this helps us establish new emotional and telepathic connections with all that is. And how does this look in a practical sense? The first thing that I think is significant, since Bashar really didn't mention anything about the space property, is that the connection always exists. It's a constant. Since our heart is always beating, there's always an impulse and there's always a field interacting with all the other fields. And then what about the interpretation? What does it mean? What comes through the heart? Bashar says that the heart is the best tuned tool that we have towards the information of our higher mind, which means that the feelings of excitement, joy, passion, unconditional love that we feel are actually information that's coming from the higher mind and being filtered through our heart, and we start experiencing these sensations. This is the language in which we translate what's coming from our higher mind, meaning that now we have a clear confirmation that inspiration can lead us, since it's already information from our higher mind. And the idea here is that this is how the heart interprets the information, and when it goes up into our head, we start assigning these meanings to it. Respectfully, when acting upon these thoughts, these ideas, excitements, inspirations, and so on, whatever these connections, thoughts, actions may be, they help us expand our thinking more and more and rearrange our logical thinking in a way that allows us to let go of our negative beliefs and move forward. Personally, in a truly practical sense, for me, the way that it works is that when I'm in a euphoric state, I can't feel or even remember the limitations that even I myself have placed there intentionally. What is there to say about the ones that are old and I've forgotten about? What I mean to say is that we truly do skip and pass through those limitations very quickly without even noticing, and we reach the results that we're looking for. And this is all just because we allow ourselves to let go of the negative belief systems that we've developed so far. And in the process of developing in this direction, we start opening up to new frequencies, and Bashar says that this is how we can start to see, feel and experience new connections, new dimensions that we haven't even imagined that they exist. This is another reminder that the border of our imagination is where we put it, and even more so, when we're excited, that border disappears. Bashar mentions that this is the natural way of life on their planet. They often communicate with different species, spirits and so on, from different worlds, dimensions, etc. Meaning that just as easily the way they experience it on their planet, we can do the same on our planet, regardless of the limitations that we think we might have, just as long as we follow the formula. Of course, the best way for you to see and hear and experience what Bashar has shared with us is to check out the session for yourselves, for which you will be able to find the link down below in the description of the video, and I'll see you guys next time.